We're live!
Live.
Guys, we're back.
We're,
Welcome to In Her Season. I'm your co-host Liv.
and I'm your co-host Rachel, and hopefully the audio is not throwing you guys off right now, but we are remote, y'all.
For the first time, and I know that y'all were anticipating it would come at some point. Not to say this is forever, but we've hit a point where fuck it, we're trying.
Yeah, and it's literally after a year and a half of starting. That's what I was just counting right
No,
now.
literally
We're
like
in May,
almost 2 years,
so like,
honestly. Like, good for us.
yeah, that's nuts.
We've
Okay.
sat in
Nuts.
person for all of that time. I'm so proud of us,
Yeah.
and we'll see how this goes. So give us
Also,
a little bit of grace if this episode is working things out because that is exactly what we're doing.
yeah, we are motivated, as you can tell. And actually that's really funny because every single time I've spoken to someone about this, because a lot of people are now saying like, "Oh my gosh, like your friend is pregnant. Like that's so exciting." Like I know.
What?
Like everyone knows you as my podcast partner, so like they're all so excited because they're like, "Oh my gosh, wait, she's pregnant with her first. That's so exciting."
That's so cute. It's so sweet to have like friends of friends be like excited for you. Like, have you ever
Yes.
heard that term, like your friend-in-law? Like,
Yes.
where it's
Oh,
like you know everything about them, but you don't know them like that because they're not your friend, but they're your friend's friend.
well, that's how I felt at your wedding. I was just like, "You know
Everyone,
me."
everyone knew you. Everyone called you my podcast friend. They're like, oh my God, this is your podcast partner. And everyone refers to you like that. Oh, your podcast friend? I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. So every single time I'm like, yeah, she's like moved out of state, like she's in Paducah. It's like not that far, but like
Yeah.
we're remote. They're always like, wait, so like how do you guys get the episode? How do you record get I'm like, we make it work. Like she's been here because say about like your guys' business, this and that, blah blah, but like otherwise we'll balk it, but it's just like everyone's usually kind of like, wait, that's nuts that you guys literally have met to make all
Yes.
these happen. And we're
No,
not like
everyone said that to me too.
anymore.
Yeah,
So
everyone says that to me, like especially like in my life where like they know that I moved. They're like, "You live in Paducah?" They're like, "Well, what are you gonna do about your podcast?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it."
like we'll figure it out. Yeah, there we go. Come join our live if you want.
No,
Or
because
join our
literal
TikTok.
question for you. Okay, not going to make this whole episode about pregnancy, you guys, I promise. But since I'm chatting with my friend who's on pregnancy round 3 and I'm on number 1, let me get a question out of the way. Okay, I've just entered my second trimester. Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Have you done the whole raspberry leaf tea thing? What's your thoughts on this? Is it a hoax? Like, tell me
That's
about it.
hilarious. Okay, so when we were getting ready for this episode, I was like gonna text you and be like, getting that raspberry tea.
Stop, because you
Stuff
were making
ready.
tea. I was like, I'm gonna make raspberry leaf tea.
I went with spearmint instead though. But I raspberry leaf tea in general is just good for like your reproductive health for like for women. So like is that I don't know if that's the defining factor of like someone having a good, easy, smooth labor versus not, but like it's not gonna hurt you and I 1000% do. Like I definitely drink it like every day. Like
Okay, every
yeah.
day.
Yeah, like I would just like every night. It was just like my habit. But like don't think that like that's like the miracle thing that's gonna make
Right.
the difference in your delivery
Guys, I gotta
overall.
get on my raspberry leaf tea game.
But like people usually don't start it until like later. So like you're way ahead of the game. Like
Okay, but
usually
I
it's
have
like
a
third
friend.
trimester that people like
No, I know. And you're right. It's so funny because with pregnancy, it's like, okay, you have time, but also like time moves so fast. And like you can tell because the weeks feel so slow in the beginning, but like now they're stacking up. And I have a friend who like she would just start with like 1 cup of raspberry leaf tea, but she's like, but I was like building up. Like in the end, she was like, oh, I was just drinking it constantly, like 3 cups a day. I was like,
oh.
okay, kind of goals. I don't
I
know.
mean, if you want to, sure, but I literally would just make it at night and just enjoy it. And you can like double the bags. Like I would get like this I got this giant organic bag from Amazon and then you can just like put it's really strong and bitter.
Okay.
If you're I don't know if you're drinking it right now or
So
not.
it's like a mix. It's like raspberry leaf and something else that's making it sweet.
Okay.
That's
I
why.
can show you the one I had gotten, but like
I'm
I'll,
easing myself in.
yeah, sometimes I would just do like a super dose, but like again, like if you I don't know if the dates, like the 6 day, I never did 6 dates a day.
That's
Like I
a
would
lot of
have dates
dates.
involved, but like I was not eating 6 dates a day, but I definitely was like on a tea kick. I was also pregnant like during winter. And so it's a lot easier to just like drink something kind of like
I
warm
can
like
like
that at the
steep it
night.
like iced though.
Yeah, you can probably do like an iced one, and that would probably be really refreshing over the summer. Put some lemon in it. I don't know if the lemon helps it or not.
That's true.
But okay, this is really funny because literally screenshotted this to send to you because it's all about, again, the way you've been handling pregnancy is so different than how I ever did the first two and just how I am in general. But because you're a Gemini, and this was basically talking about like this lady posted about how different signs approach different problems and things. And I looked at Gemini, and this is you to a T, and it's
Stop.
cracking me up because it's identical to what you've already said that you've been doing to prepare for this pregnancy. So, approaches personal growth through learning everything, listens to 5 podcasts a day, buys every course, has 47 breakthroughs, starts a new healing modality every week.
Me this week. What's the raspberry tea about, guys?
Somatic work on Monday, parts work on Tuesday, human design on Wednesday, has a new theory about their childhood by Friday, loves the insight, loves the clarity, knows exactly what would help, doesn't say stay with it long enough to change anything. It starts to feel real and too hard, so they move on and distract, repeat forever.
Wait, I think that's why when everyone like compliments me on like, oh my god, you're doing so much, I'm like, am I though? I'm like, I think I'm dabbling in plenty. I think like I expose myself to stuff, but am I doing the do? Like,
Yeah, no, you're so far ahead of the game, and I love it because
wait,
it's
what's yours say? What's your sign
um
again, Rachel? Because I am so a Gemini. It's ridiculous. That's why whenever I hear things about Gemini, I'm like, yeah, no, I am. And like I heard, that they changed the cutoff for Gemini, and I'm right on the cutoff, and I'm
you
like, it
are.
doesn't
It's
fucking matter.
June 20th is the cutoff, and you're
I'm the
June
19th, guys.
11th.
They changed it, but when I was born, the 19th would have been considered a Gemini, and I just don't care because you read all these Gemini things and you're like, yeah, that's Olivia, so I just gotta roll with it.
It's fun. Um, I don't know if you can think this is accurate or not. I don't even know if I really like invested my time in reading this one as much as I did in yours because I was like dying laughing. Um, Mine is approaches personal growth through creating peace and balance, wants harmony, believes growth should be aligned and calm, drawn to manifestation, relationship work, anything high vibe, avoids conflict like it's a full-time job, says
Rachel, this
yes
is
when they mean
you.
no.
This is you. This is you.
Yeah, the whole says yes when they mean no is for sure. Keeps the peace by losing pieces of themselves. Avoids anything that might disrupt the calm, including the conversation that would actually create it. Avoids the truth. Wonders why they still feel so unsettled. So like, yeah, okay, then never mind.
I
That's
can't believe they even said the thing about the unsettled. That's your constant in your head where you're trying to fix for your
wonders
life.
why they still feel unsettled, but avoiding the thing that'll make sure that it feels settled.
That's crazy. I don't care when people don't like to hear these things, like whatever, to each their own, that's fine. You can think I'm doing it just for fun. Because sure. But like I think it's so
Why
real.
would you? I just think that's so fun to read. Like,
It's
take
so fun to read, but it's so fun to read
that's
because like
pretty damn
you
accurate.
can't tell me that that wasn't such a good reflection on me and you.
That was very accurate.
Spot on.
Yeah. So that is that. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the whole pregnancy talk because I'm like we just did 2 full episodes on that, but it's fun anyways. Um,
Highlight of the week?
yes, I realize we haven't been doing this.
Because we were just diving in so excited. So
Yeah.
we're bringing it back.
Okay, do you have one?
Okay, highlight of the week, guys, because other than the big news in my life that I'm pregnant, is the me trying to get this house set up. As you can see, very blank behind me. This is my husband's office. There's a beautiful, like, little couch and everything in here. Nothing on the walls. I did finally get a few wedding photos printed out and hung up in our downstairs, which has
Oh my
been
gosh.
so exciting because we had so many nice photos last year we got married, and I've done literally nothing with these photos because I just like have like other than posting on Instagram, I haven't had like a place to have like a photo album or photos
Yeah.
hung, and so I got some photos printed, I got some nice frames, I got some hung on the wall, and that feels awesome. So that's been like my exciting news.
So even though you're renting, does this feel more like home than any of your previous places, or is it still different?
I mean, it doesn't feel like home, I think because it's a rental, so I do like know in my head that it's temporary, but I'm putting like a ton of effort
Yeah.
in to make it like a home and to like make pieces and buy pieces that I know that that's at least what's going to carry with us.
Yeah.
I don't think it feels more like a home than any homes that we've bought.
Yeah.
Like all the properties that we've bought, those feel like home. And I think what makes it feel like more home is like, oh my gosh, like just having the opportunity to put like paint of your choosing on the
Yeah.
wall. Even though like this color's fine, like I wouldn't change it, but like just something like a touch to like the actual structure of the home
Yeah.
being yours, I think makes it feel so much more like yours. So like I want to say yeah, but like the reality is, I mean, it's a rental. It does feel that way.
Yeah, and like if once you own it, you can do what you want, and if you don't like it, then you can change it, and it's just like no big deal. My highlight, probably that I got my hair done,
I
and
was gonna say because your hair looks so good, because that's a good highlight.
no pun intended, there's a few highlights, but yeah, shout out to Allison K Society. But I was like looking back at when I got it done last, and it was January. Okay, that's insane. We are in May now. January to May is like bonkers. Just a reminder, if you're ever feeling a little lost, just go get your hair done and it'll make you feel alive again. It'll make you feel sexy again. And like, I was tempted to do like the whole chop and like bleach blonde, but like that, I just know that I would, this
What?
just wasn't gonna be it.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't, but also I can't believe you said that because it's incredibly relevant to my life right now because the last time I got my haircut
Was
was
January.
also January.
Yes.
And I have short hair right now, guys. So that's actually kind of crazy because with short hair, you like it's more upkeep. But that tells you how short I got it cut in January. It was like
You
to my
had
chin.
it was actually shorter because, and I
So
also know this because I was looking back at all of the, like our social media posts. It was like January and your hair was short. And I was like, wait,
so short.
that was in January? Like
Yeah.
what?
It was. And so I haven't gotten it cut again because I've been trying to figure out like what level short do I like. And then this also circles back around to so many thoughts. So basically I can't decide when to get my hair done next because I'm like, do I just grow it until the baby's here at this point? It's been a thought because look, I'm gaining a little bit of baby weight, not my favorite thing. But like, let's be real. I'm just gonna say it. You don't want to be chunky and have short hair. You just don't. Because when you have short hair, you gotta show off your jaw. So if it's not fresh, you don't want it. And I'm not like there, but I'm like, do I just like keep it going? Plus, my girl that I go to for my hair, she switched salons and I did move states. So I'm like, it seems like I ought to give a new person a chance, but also I've been going to the same girl for like the past like 4+ almost 5 years. So how do I even do that anymore? So I'm just like unsure what to do and where to go from here, and that's my
Well,
drama.
you're not doing color, right? You're just doing like you would just be doing a cut
And
or
then like tell me this because like I said it out loud today to my husband, a man. So it's like a little bit different. But like this has been my internal thought in my head, like very often going to salons that I've never actually said out loud. So let me know if you think I'm crazy. But like,
okay.
yeah, I don't get my hair colored. I just get a cut. So I almost feel kind of bad for getting on these people's schedules because I'm like, am I taking up a spot of somebody who is like gonna come in here for like 8 hours and like spend money when like I'm not? Like I'm just popping in for like a haircut. Like I'll be in and out in like 40 minutes, like an hour. You know?
Yeah, but then in that, well, okay, first of all, like you're worth getting a haircut where they can deny you.
No,
Also,
I know, but I'm like, I just,
also like not every single client is like getting like a full balayage or like highlight or
no, but I feel like a lot of girls, like most of the time when girls go in to get their hair done, they get some kind of color, like most oftentimes. Do you get color every time you go to the salon?
well, yeah, but like
There you go.
but
Same
that's
with like
different.
most
That's
women.
different. That's different. Like yours, mine is it. I mean, I have it to the point where like the past couple times I've gone in, it's really just been like a root like gloss and touch up. So it wasn't doing like highlights. It was really just like a simple like gloss to just kind of like richen the color a little bit and then getting it cut.
I've never tried a gloss. And I have like thought, like as people have said that, like especially for red hair before to try like a gloss, make it like shine. But I don't know that summer's
Well,
the
it's
time to
like
do it.
it's more like it will like darken the color. Like it's not just
I don't
like
want that in
making it
summer.
shiny. I wouldn't say do it because then I feel like you'll see it probably grow out. If you know what I
I'm
mean?
not
Like,
gonna keep up with it. Yeah.
yeah, don't do it.
See, and this is the thing. This is why I can't color my hair, guys. So like, what do I do?
I
It's
feel like you could do baby blonde highlights. Like you could do like little peekaboo,
I could,
but
but
like you
also
already
why
have it.
bother?
Yeah,
Like
you don't
it's
need
just
it. If you wanted to, that's what you would. I think you
no,
would
I just
do,
feel
but
bad at the hair salon if I'm taking like up somebody's like time and they're not making as much money off of me when they could.
it's not like that's a terrible way to think of it.
I know, but these are my like deep down thoughts, guys. Like tell me if I'm
Wait, have
crazy.
you
I don't
had like
know.
any crazy thoughts since being pregnant? Like, have you noticed like thoughts or like dreams or anything have been a bit weird or funky?
Okay, I don't attribute this to being pregnant. I've had crazy dreams because I was watching this show called Paradise. Have you seen it?
No.
I don't
But we
even
did
know what
watch
it's.
Traders season 4.
Wait, which one?
Traders season 4.
No, I haven't even watched it because we started Traders from the beginning and then wait, you finally watched Traders?
Yeah.
Literally after I referenced it in our last episode.
I was like, Luke, should we just try Traders? Like everyone's been talking about it. Like let's just do season 4. Phenomenal. I would skip it all and just go to season 4.
Well, fuck, we should have done that because me and Hayden watched season 1 and season 2 and like it was getting better, but we just started season 3 and like we can't like there was too long of a pause and now we're like not picking it up again. So now I'm like bummer we should have just started it.
Because that's where you like. I feel like that's where people know the most care, like the most people on there. So
Well,
it's more
season
fun.
3 I knew a bunch and so I was like really
Okay.
excited for it, but we watched literally the first 2 episodes and then we
I
just
don't even
like
know
we
who was on
moved, so we
season
fell off.
3. Luke has a man crush. Oh, so I've got a girl crush on someone, and Luke has a man crush on someone. For me, it's like a singer, songer, writer, artist that's not on the show. But Luke is like obsessed with Rob on the show. And so
Wait, Rob like from Survivor?
no, Rob from Love Island.
Okay, see, I'm still thinking the wrong season because I just started season 3 and Survivor Boston Rob is on it. So
Yeah.
my husband's never even seen Survivor, so like I feel like we have a lot of background work to
I've
do.
never seen Survivor either. But Luke,
Girl,
I know. But
it's so good.
so Rob on Traders wears like sweater vests and stuff and overalls. Like he's just like an overalls like country boy and then also wears like sweater vests here and there. So Luke literally comes home this past weekend with sweater vests
Stop.
because he's like obsessed with Rob.
Luke
And he
would,
just,
but the thing about Luke though is like he has style, like he can make it work.
he could make it work.
Did he make it work?
Yeah, he made it work.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm just like
Like, Luke isn't just some guy out here just like picking up a sweater vest to be fun. Like
No,
he's
he'll-
like, I have a plan.
Yeah, and honestly, there's a lot of behavior in Rob that reminds me of Luke. Like it's like very, it's just funny. So you definitely have to watch that and let me know how
Okay.
you like it. You were watching something.
Paradise on Hulu. You guys, it's one of those like end of the world, like the aftermath of the end of the world shows where like some rich people built a bunker and the rest of the world is screwed. So like it's just so intense and thought provoking. And so after every episode, I'm like, oh my God. And we would watch it in the evenings. It's like the only time we watch TV. Same with most people. And so all of my crazy dreams, I'm attributing it to Paradise not being pregnant. So
Okay.
there's that.
Okay. Okay. I'm like noticing a lot of like the crazy thoughts and
Like what?
emotions. Oh, they're just like terrible. Like it's always like something violent or like tragic of like what if this happens? Like what if that happens? And the way at this point now I know for sure it's like the pregnancy because once I'm done being pregnant like they're just not there anymore. But it's like an intense like paranoia of like
Is it
something
wrong?
happening to the kids or like It's just way deeper than when I'm not pregnant.
Okay, but like that's interesting because like even when you're not pregnant, you still have two really young kids
Yeah.
already. So like it's interesting because you'll hear that for like moms in their postpartum where they just like have those intrusive, awful thoughts about
Oh yeah,
something
you'll
happening in
have
the
that for
baby.
sure. You'll have that for
But
sure.
I'm like, is it weird or like wrong? Like it feels wrong that like I don't have that symptom. Like I hear all of these moms being like, I'm so anxious, I'm so worried, and like I don't know, maybe it is like my like the way that I just like have practiced a lot in the past of like letting go of things that I can't control and just repeating positivity because I know it's the only thing I can do because like I I have a lot of peace in this pregnancy.
Yeah, you
So
do,
like
which is
I'm
fantastic.
not carrying a lot of this like anxiety and like I have friends who talk about it and then I'm like fuck like being the person who's like I don't relate but like
But
and
that's
it's not
amazing.
right like you
And
would
I
think
think,
that but I'm also like why am I not all that worried like I just really believe good things are gonna come. I don't know.
yeah, because I think also your tactic though is to surround yourself and learn as much information as you can because that is how you, I guess, probably feel in control of a situation as best as you can.
Maybe.
But then with that, you're also, well, I mean, you're talking to doulas, you're talking to midwives, you're surrounding yourself with everything you send me is like positive birth videos. Like everything that you are investing your time in to educate yourself on is also the very side of it that helps
What's
women.
your side look like then?
What? Like I mean, for the first one, like I did nothing.
No, your algorithm.
Oh, I'm, it's not about, it's actually not really pregnancy this time. It's already like, I'm already a mom. So it's like, it's more of like that stage where it's like, I've already been there. It's not the first time mom stuff.
Yeah.
It's the, I've already got a couple kids type of algorithm. So it's just
Guys,
so it's a lot of it is like me seeking a lot of the stuff out and just it's not as pushed in front of me. But when you send me the stuff, I mean, I'm still watching it because I'm like, it's just not popping up on my feed.
right. It's
Um,
not everything that you have going on right now because you have
yeah,
quite a few things going on right now.
yeah. But I think that's what it is though. It's like you're just still surrounded by everything that is positive, which I think is amazing. And the fact that you're there is already just a step up. Like you're gonna have a wonderful experience. I
Yeah,
mean,
until the anxiety is just gonna like hit me one day out of left field and I'm just gonna like crack because I'm gonna be like, what the fuck happened to my peace?
um, I think I mean, but just like anyone, like there's gonna be a shock once
Yeah.
that baby's here for both of you, because suddenly it's gonna be like, oh, I don't just get to check out of parenting.
No, I am a little bit worried about like the ways that it'll change our life because like obviously I like my life, right?
Yeah.
But like you always know that it's coming and you know that like better things are to come with it too. It's just but it is crazy to be like, these nights on the couch cuddling my dog, it's gonna be different.
It'll be different,
Yeah.
but it's, but you'll be like, kind of like get away, like leave me with my baby.
No, my problem is, guys, my problem is like we let Canella, my dog, on my mug here, come into our bed to sleep. We got weak last year, and now she thinks she's queen of the castle. We're all a little sorry people, and I don't know how we're ever gonna get to be able to kick her out of this damn bed to make room for a baby.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how this is gonna go. I bought her a little doggy bed. We gotta buy like our plan is to buy like a little bench for the end of our bed, and put the doggy bed there and try to train her to sleep on it. But sometimes I wake up and this girl is in my pillows, y'all. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, who knows? It's just gonna be like she's just gonna adjust too. She'll probably be so excited anyways.
yeah. I'm excited. I need to like start like baby training my dog. They say like that's a thing. And so I've got like videos on that too.
Yeah. And what's funny is like when we were getting a cat, everyone was like treating it like it's a dog, and I'm like, literally, it's not. It's
Not a
so
dog.
different.
All right, guys, diving into a topic. We had one for you. One that could possibly put us totally on blast.
We don't.
Shit that we used to put up with, like in relationships that we would never stand for now.
I don't even have to go like that deep into it. I remember before we started recording, it made me think of something, and now I don't recall. Um, but I think the biggest thing is truly like following your gut with like if something feels a little off or if something's not changing while you're in the relationship and after you've had discussions with it, then behaviors are language, so they are telling you exactly what they're doing through their behavior. And if it's that they do not want to change something with, like, if you're asking them about something that you need to feel loved or whatever, and they're not changing it, then do not expect anything to change by A, getting married, B, having kids, like, or C, like some major life event. Like, nothing is going to change their behavior unless they decide to. End of story.
Like I've always, even now, like I'll tell my husband because it doesn't even just apply to like a romantic relationship, but business dealings or like friends or new people that we meet in this community. It's like people are going to show you through their actions who they are. It is your responsibility and yours alone to listen to them. If you choose to ignore the signs, to ignore the behavior, or to push it aside because, oh, you think it was a one time thing, or you think they'll do better next time, that's not on them. They didn't agree to that. You put that on them. They showed you their behavior, they showed you the way that they act. That's on you. If you want to re-interact with that or try it again, that's fully on you. People will show you based on their behavior. It is your responsibility to yourself to listen and choose accordingly.
And even like the really small, like subtle things, like make a big difference. Like if you are a super, I remember like one person I was dating, I was, I have always been like a very active individual, like someone who likes to get up and do stuff and be outside and do physical activity and this and that. And this individual did not come from a family that did that. So they are were not naturally inclined to do as much physical activity as in my book was needed for me to feel at peace with like our compatibility in that sense. And I had expressed it a few
Fill your cup.
times and it's like, okay, well just agreeing to do a walk with me here or there like is not what I'm talking about. I'm like I'm looking for seeing all of this in the person that if one day I marry, like I need that from them because guess what? Then that trickles down to our kids. And that also trickles down to like how we spend quality time. And it just like wasn't there and it bothered me a lot. And like looking back now, it's just like I had like it's okay to have been bothered by that. Like it's stuff it's something that I wouldn't put up with again because it's like okay, like innately this is who I am. So like I need that from my partner to connect like that it like we need like my now husband and I like we connect on doing so much physical activity like outside and stuff but like but the point is it's just like in that sense like we just like we flow like we're always wanting to get out and do stuff and like we have lazy days but to think of like settling for someone that like you don't have there's so many other ways to connect, but like just little things like that. I think
It's
the
like
big
about
thing
how
is
you
like,
want to build your life together, like somebody who wants to like build it in the same way. But I sent you that test, that values bridge test, didn't I? If you didn't do it, you should do it and we should go over it because I had Hayden do it too and I thought it was really interesting because like how you're saying, you know, you have to pick somebody who wants to do the same things as you. Okay, like people talk about having good values all the time. What is good to somebody is not like what's favored by somebody else. There is such a range and a spectrum of like what your values are. So you can take this quiz and see what is your top value. Is it
and it wasn't even like normal val like it wasn't stuff that you usually see in like tests like this. Like this was like so much deeper.
it has things like okay family centrism, right? Like do you want, is your value to build your life around your family, or is it achievement or like, you know, success? Like is gaining like achievement in a certain way your number one, or is it being community centered, or is it wealth even? Like, because that's a valid one that like motivates people. And so you have to like find what is a value that actually speaks to you. And I was so happy when me and Hayden had the same top value. I was like, thank God.
Oh, that is so interesting. Wait. So what was yours? Because I'm looking at it
Are you
shows me
looking at yours now?
it shows me my top three.
Interesting. Okay, what are your top three if you're looking at them?
Beholderism, family centrism, and eudaimonia. And I don't even know what those are.
Girls, they're like the same.
As yours?
Wait, beholderism is not, no, mine's belovedness, but wait, beholderism makes so much sense to me because beholderism is one, from my understanding, that gets a bad rep because some people don't like, or they'll think that it's a little bit like a shallow maybe when people have high beholderism, but it just means it's a true value, that it brings you a lot of peace in your life for things to be like aesthetically pleasing. Like, you need your home in order. Like, it is a top value for you, for your space, your home, your things to be aesthetic, truly. Like,
That's the one it is. Because I was like, if this isn't up there, then like it's wrong. Because I know that to a T.
so
That
that's
like
your number one is beholderism.
that is hilarious. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so freaking accurate.
And then you said family centrism,
Yes.
which is my top two, which means you want to build a life centered around your family, developing your family, being there for your family, having a strong family unit, that is a top value for you. That's one of mine as well. And so is eudaimonia. Eudaimonia, your number three, is a top value of like essentially what we would chalk it up to today as like wellness and self-care. That like that's your top value. Like, you want a life rooted in where you have plenty of time to pour back into your cup to say, maybe I'm gonna meditate for 5 minutes today, or cool, I got my workout in, I got my skincare routine in, I took care of me today, I had some time for peace to give myself what I'm looking for today. Like, that's eudaimonia. It's not selfish, it's more like self-care. Yeah. Yeah. My number one that I shared with my husband, so I was like so grateful because I was like, please let this at least be in his like top three. It's belovedness, which I was kind of scared that was like my number one. I was like, oh fuck. But it's valuing your partnership is number one, like building your life with and around and with like all decision making like with you and your partner. And I was like, that's honestly hilarious because when you look at me and Hayden, like that has been like the trajectory of all of our choices has been like, I mean, I live in his hometown, I work at his company because these are decisions we've made together because we wanted to make a life that was around, okay, our partnership, like what does our partnership look like? And so it's belovedness that like our partner is number one.
That is so nuts.
It is nuts and it's really cool. And my other one, I forget the name of like what they call it, but it's essentially like being part of a community. And that's the one that like my current lifestyle slacks on the most. So it's really telling me that, because you can see on this quiz, the values bridge test, guys, that you can see your score for each of your values too. And it's the score that lines up with your value, how much of a gap is there in your life. You want it to be as close to zero as possible. And you'll also have harmonies and conflicts, right? Because some of your top values can be in conflict with one another. For example, my number one and my number two values is my number one being my partner and my number two being like a sense of community. Well, if I want to pour my cup into my partner and also pour my cup all into my community, I only have a limited cup. So that can end up being in conflict that I have to balance. Same with Hayden, he has belovedness, his partnership with me, but then he also has achievement. Well, if I'm not a partner who like understands how deeply he has this like need for like achievement and like to build up like his leadership and everything, those can be in conflict because sometimes he has late nights at work instead of coming home on the couch and watching a show with me, you know? So it's interesting because you can also see your harmonies, but you get a score for the disparity or closeness of how well your life aligns with your core values. And for me, I had the biggest gap in my sense of community. So it really tells me and encourages that I need to like join a club, dude. Like
We
I
really
need
talked about this.
yeah, I need to like join a club. I need to like become some part of like it makes sense looking back that like I was part of sorority in college. Like I had a group that had a common mission of our philanthropy, that we hosted events, that I had a community where we had like projects to work on together. And so like that's currently like a focus in my brain where I'm like, okay, goal for myself this year, like I need to get involved with like a group that's going to like help bolster like my life happiness, if you
Yeah.
will.
Yeah, that's I think it's just so interesting how this person came up with these different types of values because it's not like just basic values of like I value friendship and I value, positive work environment. Like
Right.
it's
It's not any of that. And it's so I listened to her on a podcast, the woman who it works on this and comes up with this. So she runs a class at NYU of like, one of those like discover yourself, like what career path do you want to do? And she's like, yeah, everyone always came and was like, well, I want a career path that aligns with my morals and values. And she's like, cool, what are those? Like, what are your morals and values? And so she like she's gone through and refined this time and time and time and time and time again with her students, with her class, with all of these groups. And it's really, really cool because she tells stories about how she'll have students come in with these like insane careers. They're working on their MBA, yet they're in her class, and she's like, what even are you doing here? And then by the end of it, they're quitting their career to be like a stay-at-home dad because they value family centrism and eudaimonia. And they're like, what am I even doing? I don't value achievement and like I'm wealth. I don't care.
well, and that's also something that has been like such a pattern in my life, but I think a lot of people struggle to without knowing that direction. You always kind of dabbling in something that is maybe slightly what you think you'd like, but you're ultimately following what you believe other people will like from you or like what society will
Or
like from you in your
expect, right? Like
job.
you can have, your
Yeah.
parents' expectations on you, teachers' expectations on
Right.
you, and they're not yours.
Right. Yeah. And since I've been home for 2 years now, I'm constantly thinking about what I want to do when eventually I do go back into the job field. And so, like, knowing that is really funny because it's kind of like the stuff that I've landed on, or at least it's always something that starts with like the aesthetic and like the visual and like that. And I
Don't you
can't,
find it validating?
yeah, it's super validating. And I can't like think of doing something next without the visual.
And the reason why I was like excited and like wanted to take this test too is because same kind of
Right.
deal. Like I was like looking for a little bit of like validation with my choices. I'm like, I am entering down a path and going down a road where like, sure, I'm dabbling in projects, like I have multiple projects that I'm working on, but none of them is like the bring home the bacon, the big bucks kind of like a career focused. And being somebody who always like excelled in school and cared about those things growing up, I'm like, am I going to be happy being somebody who's focused? Like the way me and Hayden say it is like he's in charge of like our financial like side and our business side of life. I'm in charge of our home life, our family life, like CEOs in our different ways. And I'm like, am I going to be happy being somebody who's like focused day in and day out is wife, mother, homemaker when that wasn't like my vision growing up? And then I took this test and it literally says my top is like my family centrism, eudaimonia, and belovedness of my partner. I'm like, okay, literally those are my values. Like I actually am creating the life of my dreams.
Yeah.
I'm not like putting something to the side or like settling, if you will, like I'm like I was worried that like I don't want nobody wants to be 5 years down the line and be like, oh fuck, like I didn't actually create the life of my dreams. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm working towards it, but it's nice to get some of that feedback and be like, no girl, you're hitting your values. Like you are as peaceful as you
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. And I mean, you have a really unique position too where you can technically work from home if you wanted to, or like you have like these other opportunities and you'll get to be next to family, which is also a big win. So you'll just like get to figure it out as you go where that balance is or what brings you the most amount of peace, whether that's like,
It brought me peace to see that I feel like I've made some radical decisions, but they're not even radical. And yes, I am like on a good path for like my personal journey and self and like for my personal self actualization and happiness. I was like, thank God. Like honestly, you know?
yeah. You also forget that like literally to get to that big, beautiful, happy family image, like this is how you get there. Like it's literally, yeah, and it's not just every single day it looks like a Pinterest board or like a beautiful TikTok video. Like it doesn't. It's like there's so much grind even in this because even just like building a business, like when you're building a family, like the good days only feel good with the bad days, unfortunately. Like that's just how it is. So it's like you can't even enjoy it unless you're ultimately going through a bit of that grind because like you're literally building this and it's like it's not like immediate returns. It's like sometimes it's like you'll be doing it and then it's like you'll look back in a couple years and you'll just be like, oh my gosh, like let's just take a moment, like we're literally living the life that we always dreamt of together.
It's nothing like I would have dreamt when I was in school. Like maybe like being an adult and like figuring out the world, you know, you start to figure out more of like what you actually want. And so like yes, I'm living my dreams, but like not of like my younger self because I didn't really know or understand like the world. I understood what was like kind of given to me as the path to do. And it was just really nice to be like, okay, my expectations of my younger self, who
Yeah.
didn't actually understand, like, no, I'm not like off the path because I'm not like living the life that she would have thought. What I'm doing is better in alignment for me.
I find a lot of peace in knowing too that like my peak in this whole era might not be now because right now it's like I'm building up to it.
Yeah, we're
This
building
thing.
right now.
Yeah,
And
and
that's what's really exciting. And this year we turned 30, so good for us.
we turned 30 and I'm like, thank God my peak wasn't in my 20s because I still got a whole lot of life to live. I got a whole other decade that I'm like so excited for.
Guys, thanks for bearing with us our first virtual episode.
Yeah, thanks. We'll try and make it as sound like as seamless and as normal as possible because to be honest, I wouldn't want to listen to a video call.
We'll figure this out, guys. So thanks for
Okay,
bearing with
till
us.
next time.
We'll see ya.